Here we go. Hey, what's going on? Who we got in here? Say hello, hit the like, it's free. What's going on, guys? Another nice day here in the Seattle area. Got some delicious food for late breakfast or early lunch. Say hi, ask questions, give me a topic, something. Hit the like, guys. Come on. It's free. Got some iced Death Wish coffee. Beautiful Friday afternoon here. Eight viewers, one like. Hit the like, guys. Got a question or something you want to talk about? Let me know. Bendigar Limbo. Hey, hello, bro. What's up, bro? Tagalog, Grand Rapids. Yeah, I'm still learning some Tagalog. I'm in the Seattle area, and 3 weeks from today, I fly to the Philippines to live there. So I'm retiring to the Philippines. County Tagalog. Yeah, guess it's just me for now. That's fine. Hey, Mark. It is 1 p.m. Friday afternoon. Well, I took the other two dogs to the vet this morning, so it's been kind of a rough start to my day. Yep. And I stay up very late, so I'm already kind of on a getting toward that time zone schedule anyway. Yes, you walked the wrong direction, stupid. Sit down. There's a wrong way to go. You pick it 8 out of 10 times. Good job. Yeah. You cross just a little bit too far one direction and you gain or lose a whole day. Made myself some breakfast when I got home. Got some hot links and some rice. I can use the heck out of chopsticks. Don't really know why that doesn't seem to be a thing in the Philippines, but I'll find a place to get them because that's actually my. She needs to hear rice. I keep telling her I love rice. We can eat rice every meal. That doesn't bother me. Now I am particular about which rice it is and how my rice is cooked. She's good. She is tired. She's been doing her live and then the piggy bank live, but she's also wrangling her nephew that she took with her to Valencia. So I got her a bit tired out. I think we'll both be happy once I get there and we can just start enjoying being together. She didn't want to be there for a week by herself, so she took her nephew with her. But that's the first time her young nephew has been away from his mom, so I think it's a little more difficult than she planned on it. Yeah, she did a live, and then before she went to bed, she did a piggy bank live too. I don't know how she gets all the views she gets on those piggy bank lives. I don't know what last night was, but because I think it was only like 35 minutes, but the previous nights, by the time she woke up, she had like 11,000 views on each one, and she was gaining 1 to 300 subscribers from them. I don't know why. Maybe it's parents around the world putting it on for their kids or something. I don't know, but she's got the recipe. I haven't hit 1,000 views on anything, let alone 11,000 views on a camera pointed at a toy overnight. These hot links are good. They look like this because of the thing that I roll on them to put the slices in them. They cook more evenly, but they're also really easy to do in the microwave that way. So yes, I was lazy, and these are cooked in the microwave. And then I put a sprinkle of rub on them called Frank Spank, and it's kind of sweet and spicy and smoky. What about the time zone? Do you see all this? Maybe you just, since if you just woke up, check the news. There's issues globally with CrowdStrike and all sorts of computer systems going down. I'm like, oh man, just hold it together for 3.5 more weeks so I can make it to the Philippines before all hell breaks loose. You should message me on Google Chat. It's my YouTube email that's in my description, but it's KuyaStorm YT, short for YouTube, at gmail.com. And you just plug that into Google search. That's how you find people in there. Or Google Chat, not Google search. Yeah, it's a worldwide problem. Well, I'm not a city dweller, so not really urban. I at least want to be in a smaller town like Valencia. I'd like to live probably kind of semi-province. As long as I've got running water, electricity, and visibility to Starlink satellites. Must have flush toilet. Must have running water. Hey, Nita. I am now connected to you. And you have a jacket. Yep, I'm already connected to Anita's cooking show. Feel free to drop a link to one of your videos or a short or something. I am eating rice and spicy sausage. I'm one of the strange Westerners that loves rice. I actually really enjoy rice if it's made right. I put some aloha shoyu, which is like Hawaiian soy sauce on it, some Japanese mayo called Kewpie mayo, and some sriracha. Rice with milk is good. I'm not in the Philippines yet. 3 weeks from today, I fly out to the Philippines from Seattle, US, to San Francisco, and then I'll fly to Manila, and then to Dumaguete. And my girlfriend and I have she's a Filipina. She's already there in Valencia, and we have a room rented in Valencia and Negros Oriental. I'm in the US. In 3 weeks, I move to the Philippines. My girlfriend is Ilongga. Guess it's mostly just me here today. That's okay. Thank you. It'd be nice to meet you too. Where do you live in the Philippines? Oh, you moved to Bohol soon. Nice. Very nice. Um, when I arrive, my girlfriend and I and another friend of hers we have a trip already booked to Bohol. That's my girlfriend. She's gorgeous. Yeah, big difference, Mark. What do you mean? How do I do that with my phone? I have 3 phones, so I pulled up the picture on my other phone and put it in front of my streaming phone. Because I click the home button on my other phone, so it minimizes the YouTube live into the mini player, and then I brought up her picture in my gallery. Because for me to be able to chat in the live chat, I can't do it on the phone that's streaming. You have to have another device on the same account looking at the live chat so that you can, if you're going to respond to live chat or moderate it or give somebody a moderator. And then to play music, I've got to have a third device. Some of the features, like maybe the mini player, are probably part of YouTube Premium, which I subscribe to, so I don't have to deal with ads. So when I watch somebody's videos, I don't have to stop and look at the ads, and they just somehow they allocate a portion of my subscription cost to what the ad revenue would have been for that creator's video. So for the creator, they probably get, it probably counts as though an ad was watched, but I don't have to deal with the ads, which is very nice. So I find YouTube Premium to be well worth the fee, although that was partly because I was watching a lot of videos when I was at work. We'll see if I continue it when I move to the Philippines or not. Yeah, well, I was a sonar tech on submarines in the Navy. And then I've always been into electronics, and I used to build my own computers. I'd order all the parts, the motherboards, CPUs. I'd build it from the ground up. It's not nearly as cost effective anymore. I know there's people that still build them, but to me, it's almost better to buy a laptop unless the graphics GPUs are changing quickly. But it seems like I think that 2024 laptops are still running the GPU, the 4090s from the previous year. Yeah, it's nice weather here. It's good that it's been hot lately because I've been spending a lot of time outside. So while it's not as hot as it is in the Philippines or as humid, I am getting used to being outside in the heat more. I figured I should have made 2 sausages. I made 3. It's okay. I'll let the other one on a little bit. Mm. I love the rice. Jester cracks me up. He wants to be with a Filipina, but he doesn't like rice. I'm like, you better fix that about yourself really quick. I've always liked it, but I really picked it up when I lived in Hawaii for 3 years. Because milk and cereal were expensive as hell, so we switched to rice and eggs and Spam. The temperature is 79.5 Fahrenheit. Humidity is 51%. Well, just retype whatever the end was. That's because there's a max number of characters. Kuya Jokelang, welcome Squid. How you doing, bud? Woo. Instead of the regular Mike's hot honey, I used the Melinda's ghost pepper hot honey in my coffee. It's got some zip. Yes, I'm crazy enough that I like spicy coffee as well. So spicy coffee, hot links, and I put sriracha on my rice. I'm all right, Joke Lang. I'm bummed out I had to take my other 2 dogs to the vet to be put down this morning. One of the only car rides they've ever been in. And they were angels, which surprised me. And then I had to go to the back door and wait for the ladies to come out to take him in the vet. And they were snuggled up with me. It was hard. You're not Kuya Squid? If you're not, I asked days and days ago. So if you're not the one that's Kuya Squid, Bunso, Kuya Barako, then tell me that. But as far as I knew, that's who you are. If that's not who you are, what was your other name? Yeah, the boys were very sweet this morning, very snuggly. Rough start to the day. Oh, you must not be. I'm very confused now. 'I love when people randomly drive by my driveway really slow. Well, my apologies then, because one of the people that's been in here and also in Jasper in the Philippines streams a lot has had about 6 different usernames, one of which was Kuya Squid. So I thought that was you because I asked one time when you're like, yeah, probably answering to a different question. So at the moment, everybody that's in here currently thinks that's who you are. So we'll have to clear that up a number of times. Apologies for calling you the wrong name, but it's been rather confusing. Every few days he comes in with a different account name. So what was your old account name then? Did you have a different username before? Yeah, I tried. I gave it 2.5 years plus to try and find him a home. Never mind, it was costing me $60 a month to keep feeding him too. Kuya Joklang, what was your other name? You came in as is? Okay. So the other guy that comes in confuses us. And he's had a bunch of names with Kuya in it. So it made sense that you must have been one of his accounts. But apologies for calling you Kuya Squid, but that's why. Because since he's known by like 6 different names, I just call him Squid. Yep, gotcha. You came as is, but you can hopefully understand why it was a bit confusing. Not your fault, just the fault of the other person. Oh man. So where are you at then, Joke Line? What the hell? Where are you from? Are you in the Philippines? Are you going to the Philippines? No, he's not a troll. He just has a bunch of different accounts, I think, so he can subscribe to different people to give them additional subscribers or something. No, he's totally a cool dude, but uh, he'd come in with different accounts many times, so it's been hard to keep track of which name he is. So we'll ask him a couple questions, and he'll let us know that it's him. But then I just call him Squid or Kuya Squid instead of trying to remember all of his different names. Nope, not a troll at all. Go away, bees. Oh man. Thanks, Nida. Appreciate you coming in. Feel free to come in and drop a link to one of your videos. Yum. What's your nickname, Mark? And Nida's cooking is confused at the moment. When I said hi and said connect back, she said, I did, Mark. I'm like, thank you, but I'm not Mark. Water hen? Yeah, I don't know about that. Ooh, spicy. Just one more thing I don't have to deal with those dogs. And then I was gonna have a friend see if she could take my rabbit, and my rabbit died last week, so that one self-resolved. But he was old. I mean, I am surprised he lived as long as he did. He had to be like 10 years old. Hen, well, it must be an Australian thing because that doesn't really strike me as funny here. A mate hit you with it? Sounds like you might need to hit that mate back. Oh, I shorten a lot of things too, but wow. I don't even know what water hen would be. Is that like a duck or something? I'm so ready to get out of here. 3 weeks. I know on one hand it's going to go by super duper quick. On the other hand, it feels like it's going really slow. And I have a bunch of things left to do. Oh, okay. I guess surname being last name. You freaking international people and your weird names of things. Call it the American name, and that's the best way to do things. Ah. Joke lang. Oh, why you leave when everybody else talks politics? I'm not really interested in talking politics. I mention it a bit, but I don't want it to be my main topic anymore. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and We're not going to change it, so I'm just going to go to the Philippines and mind my own business and enjoy life. It's really not even worth talking about politics anymore. It, we don't affect anything. So we'll talk about gadgets and gizmos and food and Filipinas and the Philippines and probably some more food. I wouldn't mind talking about beer, although my selection of beer, I believe, goes down hugely when I move. And I was just becoming kind of a beer connoisseur. There's a good channel called Beer Brackets. I feel like maybe they're slowing down, but they've got some very good reviews of some really good beers. Their one that they did reviewing Modelo Negra was so enticing that I stopped at the store on the way home and bought some Modelo Negra that very night. And it's good. If you've never had it, you should find it. No, we don't drink warm beer. Some of it may be weak piss water, but no, not warm. I don't mind flavorful beers. I do not, however, like IPAs. I don't like strong hoppiness. I also don't like amber beers. Hey Scott, welcome. How you feeling today, buddy? It is hot, but not as hot as it was. I don't know why that's wanting to spin. Stop it. That sounds like... Oh, I can't see it. Sounded like... I don't know. At first it sounded like a Black Hawk, but now that the more I hear it, I don't think it's Black Hawk. Well, we don't drink beer warm. A lot of it may be, I mean, a lot of, even here, people will say it's like drinking piss because it's mass produced and doesn't have a lot to it. But I mean, for the price and availability, but like Jester's Journey, probably my favorite is Blue Moon. I still have to try San Mig and Red Horse. I should have gone to my office yesterday or today. Actually, when I was driving, for some reason, when I was driving to the vet this morning, I was thinking it was Thursday. And then a notification popped up on my phone. I'm like, why is that popping up on Thursday? And I looked at my watch and it said Friday. I was like, oof, I lost a day somewhere. First week of retirement, I'm already forgetting what day it is. It's okay for me. No, Blue Moon is a really good. Uh, it's a bit more mass produced now, but it's one of the better higher end mass produced beers. It's much more expensive than the basic things like Coors or Budweiser or Miller. Blue Moon is actually very good. It's kind of a wheat beer, so if you've ever had Hefeweizen, it's kind of like Hefeweizen. I wouldn't say it's a boutique flavor, but it's definitely a more complex flavor than something like Budweiser or Coors. But I mean, it's a mainstream beer. It's not like a specialty beer. But it's more like a wheat beer, like a Hefeweizen. But they brew it with, funny enough, Valencia orange peel. Deep down, that's probably one of the things that drew me to Valencia, but was the name, but also the fact that it's up the mountain, so it's cooler. Unless it's the hot season, you may not even need to run air conditioning a lot of the time. It's so much cooler because it's 10 kilometers up the mountain from where Dumaguete is. Not as cool as Baguio, but cooler than Duma. How is access to what? Valencia or beer or what? Got to give me a little more to work with. How's access to Blue Moon? Here? Easy. Oh, Valencia? There's a road going up from Dumaguete. It's very easy to get there. Um, she just takes a trike to get to our place. So it's very accessible. You take a trike up the main road to Valencia, and then you just get off and you walk like a block and a half, I think, on a gravel road to get to Latino's restaurant. And then he's got, I guess, the owner has like 7 rooms total. We have one other rooms. So if the restaurant is open, we can just go downstairs and eat. You'd think from the name Latinos, if you were in the U.S., it would make you think Mexican food, but it sounds like Spanish food. And somebody said maybe they have Thai. I don't know if that's accurate, but it's very accessible. It's real easy to get to. Yes, it's far from Cebu. Cebu is a different island. You got Cebu City, but Cebu is also one of the islands. We're on Negros Island. And then Negros currently is split into two halves. I heard they're doing away with that, and eventually it'll just be called Negros. But right now they'll ask you, well, are you in Negros Oriental, which is like the Dumaguete half, or the other half, which is Negros Occidental. And so I think Dumaguete is the capital of Negros Oriental, and I think Bacolod is the capital of Negros Occidental, if I understand it correctly. Yeah, you can take a ferry across, or you can take a smaller plane to Dumaguete, because they do have a small airport. So I'll fly Alaska Airlines from Seattle to San Francisco, and then I will take Philippine Airlines from San Francisco to Manila, and then Philippine Airline Express, a small plane, probably a turboprop, which I call those turboprops pterodactyl air, from Manila to Dumaguete. But it can take, if you take the ferry to Cebu, then you've got a several hour bus ride to Cebu City. So if you're going to go on a trip somewhere, you would probably go take a flight from Dumaguete to Cebu, or Dumaguete to Manila. Blue tick, please send me, bro. I don't know who you are, and you only have 2 subscribers. So since I don't know who you are, I am unfortunately not giving you a moderator jacket. Yeah, please send blue. How about no? If you have a channel and I know who you are, then I give moderator. No channel, no blue. 2 or 3 subscribers does not a channel make. Well, if you have another account with a channel that has more subscribers, then come back in with that. Well, Mark, but I know you, so that's totally different. I don't know who the hell this is. Like I said, if you have a channel or I know you, he doesn't have a channel and I don't know who the hell he is. He comes in and just says, give me blue. No. Yeah, I watch most of the major channels from time to time. There's so many I can't keep up with them. But Filipina P is definitely one of the main ones I watch. Ash. Ash. Me. That's a spicy one, huh? The flies and the bees were getting... Yeah, but Joke Lang, I thought you were somebody else. So, that's why you ended up getting moderator, because I thought you were Kuya Squid. Now that you've been in here a lot and you haven't caused any problems. Right, because I thought you were somebody else. But you've been in here a bunch, almost every day, and you haven't caused any trouble. So I don't have any reason to take moderator away from you. Somebody that comes in with uh, a name and a language that I don't recognize at all and I don't know them at all, I'm not going to give them moderator. So there's a difference there. You got it by way of misunderstanding, but you've been cool since you've been coming in, so you have it. I don't have any reason to take it away. Oh, I'll definitely have to watch that video then. Very curious what she has to say. Yeah, I definitely want to know. I appreciate it, Scott. Yeah, thanks to Kuya Squid getting you the blue. But now I have to make sure that Chi and Matets and Jasper all know that you're not actually Kuya Squid. I'm very interested to see whether or not I get any interest for interviews and collaborations, or if I will be extra avocado. Is the joke about, if you've seen John Wick, he gets excommunicado. And I was looking that up one time, and there's a GIF you can find that says, "You are extra avocado," instead of excommunicado. So we'll see if the other Philippines vloggers accept that while I'm a regular in Jasper's community, I'm not Jasper, or if they treat me as extra avocado and don't want to have anything to do with me, even though I'll be in the Duma area. Kind of curious how that's going to go, because most of the Dumagetti vloggers Chi has already met or want to meet her. I am just me, but there's a lot of people out there that are gonna very potentially want nothing to do with me because I'm friends with Jasper and I'm a regular in Jasper's community. But really, if they do that, that just says something about them, not me. I feel like those were probably some of the World War II fighters, because it's summertime, so they have air shows and stuff. We get quite a few of like the P-51 Mustangs and stuff that come in and land at the small airport here. And those two were flying pretty close. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're coming in for air shows, and because we have an air show at Bremerton Airport, and then there's also a lot of times they'll come in for Seafair, which is kind of a Seattle event. They usually have hydroplane races. They usually have the Blue Angels come in and do a show. All right, thank you, Scott. Awesome. Oh, I saw that. I didn't know what it was. So if you put a link in, it's totally fine. Just maybe type something ahead of it to explain what it is. Hey, Jester. Yeah, I'm just worried this. I'm hoping this is just a fluke and not the beginning of something bigger. My first reaction was maybe I need to go to the airport and leave as soon as things are stable. But I'm gonna stick to my timeline for the moment. It's a lot more than just planes. It's affected a ton of stuff. So, and again, they're claiming, and I sent it to my mom too, and she's like, "Oh, it's just an update." I'm like, that's what that's what AT&T said too. If it was a cyber attack or something, they would say it's an update. They're not going to come out and say immediately that it was a cyber attack. So who knows what the real story is about it today, but it wasn't just in the US, it was tons of different things and it was worldwide. And it was already ongoing when I woke up. Yeah, I know. I haven't given my 2 week notice, so I don't think I can really just up and go right now. I mean, I could, but it could cause me problems. But more and more things keep happening that back up my decision to move up my departure to August instead of March. Every one of these stupid things that happens, I'm like, oh, there's another example, because people would roll their eyes at me, and then another thing happens, and I'm like, there's another one. Oh, oh, there's another one. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the AT&T thing that happened a couple months ago was fishy too, and they claimed that wasn't an update. The whole thing is fishy AF. At the same time, I have seen game updates come out, and you'd think they would do testing, but once it hits the live servers, major issues that didn't show up in the test environment. So who knows? Yeah, it. And think about how much of it is tying into timing with things happening in the U.S. regarding the election and Biden. Word is they've already convinced Biden to withdraw from the race and that he's already had the speech written and that that's supposed to happen Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday. Now, there seems to be some contention about if it's just withdrawing from the race or if it's also retiring and essentially putting Kamala in charge. Yeah, interesting. That's weird, Scott. They, 3 weeks to go. I think maybe before then. I haven't seen anything specific about September 25th. But first it was Agenda 2020, and then they changed it to Agenda 2030. But then it appears a lot of things have been sped up to 2025. But then there's the election going on, so there's plenty of people saying that on the 11th day of the month after August, something may happen. So, hey, Austin Wen, welcome back again. That's another reason I wanted to get to the Philippines before that 11th day of the month of September. Yeah, where I live, if things happen, I'm in a decent place to be, but I don't want to get stuck here. I want to get stuck in the Philippines. It could be any number of things, Mark. There's no telling. I'm not even going to speculate at this point. A really good channel to watch, and I like him partly because he's from my area, is Marfugal News and Marfugal TV. Their shorter videos go up on Marfugal News, and their Monday through Friday long shows are on Marfugal TV. But he lives in, like, I think Bothell, which is up towards Seattle. It's kind of a you have a lot of smaller cities in the Seattle area: Redmond, Bellevue, Bothell, um, Kirkland. I try and live in the present and enjoy life, but I'm I kind of have to be worried about these things right now because I've got to get to the Philippines. So even though I don't want to focus on it much anymore, I need to focus on it a bit longer so that I can keep track of what's going on before I get there. Yes, I agree. I'll be able to breathe easier on a lot of fronts because I'll already be there. And if they lock things down, then yeah, I'm getting pretty organized. All the videography and YouTube stuff I need is here or almost here. My luggage will arrive between now and Monday. And then I can really start packing things and figuring out, well, that doesn't work. Do I order another bag or do I put it in boxes and ship it separately? We shall see. I need to figure out the whole buy-in box thing. Yeah, hopefully it will work out fine. But I mean, just more and more stupid stuff happens. I mean, it's been what? The last 3 weeks was the debate, which then even the lefties started turning on Biden. And then like last weekend, he popped for COVID and talk about him pulling out of the race this weekend. And then I wake up today and all this outage stuff covering tons and tons of different tech sectors, tech and government and airlines. And I can travel light, but I currently do plan on having 2 to 3 checked bags. I'm not terribly excited about having to each flight retrieve my bags and then recheck them in. I should have plenty of time in San Francisco. I'm a little concerned about the amount of time I'm going to have in Manila. It could push me to another flight from Manila to Dumaguete, and I don't even know if they have multiple flights on Sunday, or if it would push me to like a flight the next day or something, and then I would have to find a place to stay for the night. And it's just once I'm there, I'll be chill. For the moment, it's got me rather tense. I'm pretty sure there's places that are close to send them from here. Oh, no, no, no! That was a mistake. Stupid. I made a mistake in my game. Whoops. Yeah, but I'm not worried about TSA security. I'm worried about Manila getting through, or maybe that you are talking about Manila. You said security? Do you mean customs? I have to assume you're talking about customs, but I'm waiting for a reply. Jester. Okay. Hopefully I get lucky. How bad was it collecting your bags, getting through customs? You're saying that was only about 15 minutes and then getting to another terminal? Hopefully it'll be that easy for me. Dude, what the crap? Don't mind me, I'm multitasking, which today isn't going super well because I just accidentally attacked somebody's ship, which I told him I'd give him a free hit on me, but he could retaliate for. I'm not worried about immigrations, I'm worried about customs. And it's not that I worry about being at the window taking a long time. I've heard people say that it can take them 2 hours in line to get to the window to get through customs. And I've got about 2.5 hours between my flights. So I've got to disembark, pick up all my bags, get through customs and immigration, and then get them checked back in and get to the next terminal for my final flight to get to Dumaguete. That's really the leg of the trip I'm worried about the most, is that final connecting flight. Stupid umbrella keeps wanting to spin. It's only 2:30. I guess that makes it 5:30 on the East Coast. Maybe I'll go ahead and have a beer. It's been a day. Yeah, but how long did you have between flights? I wasn't really worried about how long between flights I, on that last leg because I was like, oh, that should be no big deal going from Manila to Dumaguete. For some reason, I was thinking that maybe I wouldn't have to go through customs and immigration until Dumaguete, but obviously I was wrong about that. So hopefully the 2.5 or almost 3 hours in between is enough. I mean, I've got about the same amount of time in San Francisco, but hopefully that's not too much trouble. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's about beer 30 for me. Really getting all of this stuff set up, making myself make some food, come out and eat, go live was not my first inclination. Today, really, all I wanted to do was come home and climb back into bed after dropping my dogs off. Hasn't really been a happy Friday so far. I'm hoping it can turn around. To be honest, so far it's been a pretty poopy day. Ash acting subdued. I think somehow he knows gone. Well, at least you guys can see I am not a cold-hearted person. I will be right back after these commercial messages. Oh my gula, it's hot. All right. What did I miss? Who's been pretty cool about what? A few skippies getting around in the backyard. Oops. I've been pretty cool about what? I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot the beer. Oh, I mean, I've been pretty mushy about the dogs. I'm not just like, oh, good, they're gone, good riddance. Got a High Life. Got a Modelo Negra. I think maybe I'll pound the High Life first. Pound probably isn't the word I should use. It's actually really tasty, it's just very bubbly and cold. If you haven't tried High Life, it's actually really good. Especially 12, 16-ounce cans for $12.95 at Safeway is pretty amazing. what a lot of people don't know is it's the same recipe as MGD, Miller Genuine Draft, but one they use a different filtering process. Yeah, well, I gotta have some standards. So about the lowest I can go is High Life, the Champagne of beers. Hey, Gary's Kitchen, welcome. Magandang umaga po. I don't see Chi awake yet, but she should be awake anytime now. Oh, it says she was active on Messenger 34 minutes ago. She probably had to get up to pee, but well, it depends what a box of how much a box of beers is. Like, how many is that box of beers? It's very odd. Usually, either the other dogs were outside and at least one of them was barking, or I'd go inside and I had a metal kennel and they'd be bouncing around that, making it go ting, ting, clang. And it's just very quiet. Had them for almost 7 years. Of what kind of beer? If you can get Modelo Negra, highly recommend it. It looks dark and it is dark. It's actually, even though it's from Mexico, it's what's called a German Dunkel. Dunkel meaning dark. But it's not like a stout. It's not bitter. A Dunkel is dark, but it doesn't mean that it's dark or harsh or bitter. It's really not like, it's not like a porter. It's not like a stout. I guess maybe the bottle's darker than the actual beer is. I'm not a fan of Modelo Especial. I do like Modelo Negra. Of course, I can't get sunlight right now. Kind of a caramely color. We'll have to ask Mary Rose. She mentioned the price for Red Horse recently, but she was like quoting milliliters. So she was like, "Oh, it's this much for 500 milliliters of Red Horse," and I'm like, that really doesn't help me. I vaguely know what milliliters are only because that's how they measured the vape juice that I used to use, but metric units or Celsius units are not really helpful for me. Well, it depends what kind of Mexican beer. Because if it's Corona, I freaking hate Corona. I like Pacifico, But one of the more popular Mexican beers is Modelo or Dos Equis. This is Modelo Negra, so it's their darker beer. But it was Germans that went to Mexico that brought that style of beer there. So it's a Mexican beer, but it's a German style dunkel. What are you doing, buddy? I freaking hate Corona. It's skunky as hell. I don't care if it has a lime. You can't pay me to drink Corona. I'll drink American piss beer before I drink Corona. If you can try it, try Modelo either type or Pacifico. Corona is trash. I also like Modelo. They've got a bunch of different flavors of their, I can't think of the name of it, but like the other one I had that I need to get some more of maybe for this weekend. It's like beer, but then it was like mango and chili flavor. Yeah, I can do either, but spirits go quickly, so I would rather nurse some beers for a while. Interesting. Shush. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I mean, you see me drink beer on here, but it's not like I'm drinking a large amount of beer. I'll sip on a beer for quite a while. Now, right now is kind of the exception. Yeah. What's funny, he didn't even use that for the first year or so that I had him. He didn't even appear to know how to bark like a big boy. You're a big brave boy, aren't you? You figured out you have a big boy bark? Yep, you're very handsome. You're very handsome. Back up. Don't wipe your eye boogies on me. Go away. All right, we're up to 82.2. Oof. Humidity dropped. It was 51. Now it's down to 43%. I've already almost finished the first 16-ounce Miller High Life. I'm done. It's really good, although as warm as it is out here, it's already starting to get warm. That is really, really good. Really good. Survey says So High Life is 4.6% ABV. Modelo Negra is 5.4. The cans recycle, yes. The bottles, no. Now, if I was in Oregon State, they give you 5 cents a can or bottle. Well, maybe not bottles. But they give you 5 cents a can or plastic bottle. I'd go for a fan right now. Nice. So I'm wearing red today because it's Friday. Red is for remember everyone deployed. My son is deployed on a Navy ship. And this is a fun shirt. So this is a combination of 9 Inch Nails and Monty Python. Because the original artwork was from a 9 Inch Nails album called With Teeth. This version has been modified to have the silhouette of one of the knights who say "ni," and it says with antlers instead of with teeth, and then the nin instead of nin says "ni." So that's a great shirt. I haven't watched it yet. How was it, Joke Lang? Oh, and Jester, we discovered Joke Lang is not Kuya Squid, so we have to make sure to tell Jester and Chi. He is just somebody, but it's not who we thought it was. But he's been cool in my stream, so I don't have any reason to take moderator away. Really, the visa process to go to Australia is difficult? That's odd. I would have thought going to Australia would be cake. Kuya Joke Lang, how was the Filipina P video? Yeah, I don't enjoy filling really anything out. I'm already a couple days behind. I should fill out. I need to fill out Ash's application for animal import approval. Well, I have no idea who you are, so what else should I say besides you're just somebody? I don't have any other explanation. We have no idea who Kuya Joke Lang is. Maybe it's Kuya Jordan. Are you Kuya Jordan? Oh, really? My goodness. You know, I didn't even really want to go anywhere outside of the US until I started watching Best Ever Food Review Show channel. Yeah, so even if you're jet lagged and hungry and cranky, don't be normal Storm and be hangry with them. So the best thing I can do is have some meat sticks. Stop it. Have some Landjaeger sausage sticks and maybe a protein bar and eat that right before I get off the plane. Smile, be calm, be friendly, be courteous. Oh, you have a couple. I am squeaky clean. I got in trouble once when I was 14, but I had a waiver for the Navy for that. If it had happened, like if I had gotten in trouble 2 weeks later, I would have been 15 and I wouldn't have been able to get a waiver to go in the Navy. But it was just a stupid kind of a peer pressure thing that I did and got in trouble for it, did my community service, and stayed out of trouble since then. Since then, I've had one speeding ticket, 2 warnings, and that was it. Kuya Jordan. Jordan was not Kuya Jordan. Jordan is a schmuck. And he was banned from Jasper's community. Yeah, until they get a tourist visa, but getting a tourist visa to the US for a Filipina or a Filipino is difficult. You kind of have to build up some stamps in their passport showing that they've left the Philippines and returned to the Philippines over a period of time. That shows you're not trying to traffic them, and it shows that they leave the Philippines and go back to the Philippines. And then you can try and fight to get them a U.S. tourist visa, but even that can still be difficult because Gio has been married to Maya, whatever, for most of this year, and they've still have trouble getting her a U.S. tourist visa. Well, they don't have to go to Mexico. Just go further south and follow the caravans up. I mean, how stupid is it? Even if you're married to an American, it's hard to get your Filipina in on a tourist visa. But we have thousands and thousands of undocumented people coming across the southern border every day. But people that try and do it the right way get denied, denied, denied. You've got to prove this and that over and over. It's ridiculous. You do it the wrong way, they give you a phone, they give you a plane ticket to some place in the US and give you benefits and health care. You try and come in the correct way and it may take you years to get approved. Yeah, and how stupid is that? But you can walk across the border and you're welcomed. Next topic, because I don't really want to get off on that tangent right now. I don't know how many people noticed it when and I don't remember if it was my chat or Jasper's chat, but when she woke up, she let me know that she felt an earthquake yesterday morning in Valencia. But apparently no problems from it. Yeah, we're going to go to a different topic. Not interested in getting on the political tangent at the moment, although the brief update for people that haven't seen is Sleepy Joe may exit the race this weekend. Well, have her come in on a migrant boat. Or have her come up the southern border at this point. You know, the one good thing about me leaving the same day that I turn in my badges and stuff, originally I said once I left the shipyard I would smoke at least one joint, but that's not going to happen because I've got to go from turning my badges in at the shipyard straight to the I've got to go straight to the airport basically. I'll do a final top-up charge on my batteries before I go, but I've already charged my GoPro batteries. I powered up the phone I got for Chi and ran through all the updates. Not all the app updates because there's no accounts signed in and I can't really get into the Play Store or the Samsung store without accounts. But I was able to update some core apps for the Play Store, and I was able to get through like 5 S24 Ultra updates. So that'll save a couple hours and some data, even if we're on Wi-Fi. Because we have free Wi-Fi at that place we're at, but it seems to be slow. So I don't know if he has a slow plan or if he's using an old router. If he's using a slow plan, I'll ask if he can at least temporarily increase the speed, and if it's an old router that's causing the problem, I'm probably going to take my Asus gaming router with me, and I'm going to ask him if I can plug my hardline my Asus gaming router into his modem. IQ Micro, you've been in here or Jasper's before or Cheese before. We've had this discussion. I am currently located in the Seattle area. 3 weeks from today, I will be flying to the Philippines. In fact, I will probably already be at SeaTac Airport by this time in 3 weeks and be working my way through security. Oh, weird. Yeah, but I wouldn't pick that up because who knows if that's laced with that other substance. But somebody probably dropped it or saw somebody coming at them and just ditched it. Hey, legend, and welcome back, Gary's Kitchen. Do I live in the Philippines? No. If you were listening, you would know that I just told you I am flying to the Philippines to live in 3 weeks from today. So you will find one of my pet peeves is repeating myself. And if you attempt to get me to repeat myself to mess with me, I will just remove you. So ask a question once, listen to the answer, and remember. It was reeking in your pocket, so you picked it up and put it in your pocket. I probably wouldn't have touched it at all. Thanks for the good luck. Sorry, I'm checking the temperature on my phone. Tell you, these phone coolers definitely help. I recommend picking one up. Even if it's just to charge it, it helps keep the temperature down to charge your battery. Oh my gula, it's hot. I'm ready for the sun to go behind the trees. What was I eating? I was eating rice and hot link sausages that were spiral cut so they're faster to cook in the microwave. And on the rice, I had shoyu, which is Hawaiian soy sauce, not quite as bitter, sriracha, and Kewpie mayo, which is Japanese mayo. Yes, my shirt is a take on the Nine Inch Nails logo from the artwork from the With Teeth album, but it's shaken up with Monty Python and the Knights Who Say Ni. So instead of Nin for Nine Inch Nails, it says Ni, and has the outline of one of the Knights Who Say Ni, or the silhouette. And then instead of with teeth, it says with antlers. And you can get that on Amazon. It's awesome. I love this shirt. I do like red shirts for some reason on my lives, but it is Friday, so it's Red Friday. Remember everyone deployed. That's some cryptic shit. Well, not for people that know a lot of the stuff I do, for like people in the Navy and on submarines. They're very familiar with certain movies. They're definitely familiar with Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and a lot of them like Nine Inch Nails, so you'd be surprised how many of them get it very quickly. I think it's one of my favorite mashup shirts I've ever found. And I can't remember if I stumbled across it or somebody showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting that immediately," and looked it up on Amazon and was able to buy it. It's one of my favorite shirts. That's actually a really, really good album too, from Nine Inch Nails. So what's going on, Legend? How you doing, brother? It's Friday, Friday, Friday. 3 weeks from today, I'll be flying to San Francisco and then the Phils. Basically, if you've never watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail, we can't be friends, and I'll just have to ban you from the community. Same thing with Office Space. You should definitely watch Office Space. It's got Jennifer Aniston in it, so you see my stapler? I even have Office Space soundboard.
letter. The fuck does that mean?
Looks like you've been missing a lot of work lately.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
Okay.
Excuse me. I believe you have my stapler. If they take my stapler, then I'll have to set the building on fire.
Ever since I started working, every single day of my life has been worse than the day before it. So that means that every single day that you see me, that's on the worst day of my life.
What about today? Is today the worst day of your life?
Yeah.
Wow, that's messed up.
Thanks.
That is the worst idea I've ever heard in my life, Tom.
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
Lawrence, what would you do if you had $1 million?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. 2 chicks at the same time, man.
That would be great.
The thing is, Bob, it's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care.
But then they switched from the swing line to the Boston stapler, but I kept my swing line stapler because it didn't bind up as much, and I kept the staples for the swing line stapler.
Okay, Milton.
And oh no, it's not okay, because if they take my stapler, then I'll set the building on fire. Well, okay, I could set the building on fire.
PC load letter? The fuck does that mean?
You've got to watch Office Space. Absolutely classic.
They've moved my desk 4 times already this year, and I used to be over by the window, and I could see the squirrels, and they were married.
Fucking A, man.
Fucking A.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Even if we could launder money, I wouldn't want to. What we've done is bad enough. We get caught laundering money, we're not going to white-collar resort prison. No. We're going to federal pound-me-in-the-ass prison.
Thanks.
Hey, Peter.
Yeah.
Watch out for your cornhole, bud.
Marcellus fucked him up good. What does Marcellus Wallace look like? Does he look like a bitch? Does he look like a bitch? Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. This is Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right. English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what? Now, when you yell at me, it makes me nervous. And when I get nervous, I get scared. Now, when you yell at me, it makes me... Hamburgers. This is a tasty burger. I do love the taste of a good burger. This is some serious gourmet shit. You ever had a big kahuna burger? How we doing, baby? Sent a couple of cats over to his place. They took him out on his patio, threw his ass over the balcony. Nigga fell 4 stories. Had a little garden down at the bottom, closed in glass like a greenhouse. Nigga fell through that.
What just happened? I'm playing songs from a soundboard. Hi, Gemma. Hi, Antan. I'm just having a little bit of fun. Arlie Ermy. People are like, who the hell is Arlie Ermy? I'll tell you.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian. I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. What's your name, scumbag? Are you a Peter Puffer? Do I make you nervous? What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? I'll call you, Private. Are you allowed to eat jelly donuts? Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. You owe me for one jelly donut. The very fucking godmother. I admire your honesty. Bullshit from now on, your Private Snowball. Do you like that name? You don't scare me.
Oh, great. Some jackwagon's calling me.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
And no, I'll never get monetized. That's okay. That's the drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket. Looks like I scared a bunch of people off. We're down to 3 viewers. It's okay for me. My gulai. Still no chi. 6:16. She must be sleeping in like oh nope. She's active on Messenger. She just hasn't messaged me yet. She'll probably come straight into the live instead of saying hello. There she is. Now I'm happy. My cheese awake. Bees go away. Stop it. Stop it. Go away. Go away. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Hornet wanted. Hey, Paul, UK. Thanks for coming in again. Hornet just decided it wanted my beer, so I poured him out. And yes, I'm gonna continue drinking my beer now. There she is. Magenda Chi in the house. Chi the Filipina is in the building. Yay. Mega love shout out. Mega love shout out, everyone. Sis Chi. Sis Chi. Hi Chi. Is that kind of like Tai Chi? Still on bed. Still in bed. I'm okay. It was a rough first half of the day. I had to take my other two dogs to the vet to be euthanized. I've been trying for 2.5 years to rehome them or get them into a no-kill shelter, and we couldn't even get a response from the shelters, so I had no choice but to go this route. So it is what it is. Thanks. Yeah, I was bawling my eyes out. I thought they were gonna be crazy in the car ride down. They were very mellow and laid down in the back seat. I figured they would be jumping back and forth between the back and the front seat. I figured they would be puking because they've basically never ridden in a car since we first got them 7 years ago. They were very good boys, and I had leashes on each of them and took them to the back door of the vet, waiting for the vet to come out, and I sat down on this sidewalk with them. And usually they jump around and bounce around like idiots, but they both just snuggled up next to me. So they were really good on the trip down and during the 5 minutes or so that I had to say goodbye. And the two vet techs that came out to take him inside could tell I was pretty broken up. And one of them was patting my back to console me a bit. Still have Ash. I'm going to take him to the Philippines, but this was just really hard because they weren't old, they weren't sick. I just couldn't find anywhere that would take them. And I'm out of time, so I didn't really have any options left. Yep. But I came home and made myself cook some breakfast and set up my stuff to live stream so I could hang out with my buds on here and have something to help distract me. I like dogs more than most people. And for some people, they're just pets, but yeah, for me, they're family. Yep. Same here. More beer. Like I said, they usually jump around like idiots and are difficult to handle, but today they were good boys. And they came over to snuggle up with me and say goodbye. At the moment, it is a Modelo Negra. If you're on your way out, gentlemen, thanks for coming in. There's a regular, like a light beer. It's a Mexican company. Modelo Especial is kind of along the lines of Corona or Pacifico, but I hate Corona. I like Pacifico. I don't really like Modelo Especial, but the Modelo Negra is extremely good. So if you can find it, I highly recommend trying it immediately. The review I watched on it was so good, I stopped on the way home and bought some the night that I watched it, and I was not disappointed. And I'm super picky on beer. Coffee time, yeah, I had my coffee earlier. I had the regular Death Wish this morning, or I guess it was about noon. It is so good. You've got to get on Amazon and order the Morning Matets. Got to order that cooker. It's not just a rice cooker. You can also use it as a slow cooker for stew or making soup. And the coffee maker and the grinder and the coffee, so that basically immediately I can start making you Death Wish coffee. And once you have Death Wish for like a week, you'll try 3-in-1 again and you'll be like, I'm ruined. I can't drink 3-in-1 anymore. Ash or somebody got a hold of this shirt, which is one of my favorite shirts. We were talking about it, and chewed on the sleeve. And I'm not going to have time to order another one. The spoon doesn't stand up, but it's extremely good coffee. You can even order on Amazon. It's dark. They've got some flavored coffees now, but it's dark, but it's not bitter, and it's not acidic, so it doesn't tear up my gut. I have to be really careful what coffee I drink because I have IBS, and a lot of coffee, including Starbucks, will send me to the toilet pretty rapidly, and probably a bunch of times throughout the day. And I tried Death Wish because of the amount of caffeine that it has, but I very quickly discovered that it also doesn't mess up my gut. So I've had a subscription to their company. They're out of New York, somewhere in New York, not New York City, but it's extremely good coffee. To give you an idea of the caffeine content, if you make it per their instructions, a grande size at Starbucks has about 125 milligrams of caffeine. That's also the same size as like a tall travel mug of coffee. That's basically a grande size. If you make, and that is Death Wish. That's actually their blue and berried, which is like blueberry and vanilla. Their logos always have skulls. So those are like blueberry skulls. A properly made travel mug or grande size of Death Wish has about 612 milligrams of caffeine. One cup of that for your morning and you're set for the day. You don't need to drink coffee all morning. You don't need to drink coffee all day. One travel mug of Death Wish and you're good to go for the day, basically. Not really. They say it leaves your system, caffeine leaves your system in 6 to 8 hours, depending on the person. And people are like, oh, that would give me a heart attack. Well, why do you think they call it Death Wish coffee? Yeah, considering most energy drinks have about 170 to 180 milligrams of caffeine, that's like drinking 3.5 Monsters. But it's super smooth. I mean, it's some of the smoothest coffee I've ever had, and I've had Kona. I've had all sorts of different roasts and bean types from Starbucks, from their regular to the Guatemala to the Ethiopian. And their flavored coffee is second to none. It doesn't taste like coffee with fake flavoring in it. The flavorings that's in it, like if it's the blueberry, it tastes like coffee with blueberry coffee cake. They've got a pumpkin chai, they call it now. They used to call it cauldron pumpkin, and they make their own chai and soak the beans in it. And so there's no fake pumpkin flavor. I want to say they roast it with some pumpkin in it as well. They've got a toasted coconut caramel. So toasted coconut and caramel. And then another one is almond something. It tastes like an almond biscotti. Oh my goodness, just amazing. I didn't try their rum ball. I don't think it sold very good, so I don't know if they make it very often. Yeah, the coconut caramel is awesome. The almond one's awesome. No workout for you, huh? You'll get a workout here in 3 weeks' time. You're going to be lucky if you can walk straight when we get to Bohol. She was probably carrying stuff getting to Valencia and also wrangling her nephew. She's probably been getting enough workout wrangling Roy. If you think that's too much details, you ain't seen nothing yet, my dude. I'm a submarine veteran. If you think this channel is PG, you are wrong. TMI is my middle name. I inappropriate all the things. I can take almost anything you say and twist it to something inappropriate. And if you're offended, behold, my garden of F's to give, and see that it is barren. Go watch Barney or The Wiggles for you Australian peoples. Maybe some Teletubbies. Bunch of Sallys up in here. Horatio can suck my banana. Jasper has a premiere in 30 minutes. So 4 p.m. for the Pacific Coast. Viking Blood, spelled B-L-O-D, is really good mead. Thank you, Matets, for posting me. Hi, Neko. Sana all. All right, the sun is behind the trees. The temperature is officially starting to slowly drop. Good. It is a beautiful day. The sky is a beautiful blue. And when I say beautiful blue, it is not chemtrail haze today. Yeah, I'm not really, well, maybe. I better take this. I'd give her a motivational picture, but she might actually block me the next time. Oh my goodness. Jasper needs to get on frickin' Google Chat. This WhatsApp stuff is pissing me off. Yeah, I can't even paste it in, so whatever. All right, Mark, thanks for coming in. Talk to you later, buddy. Oh, man. All right, so we got, I think Jester's in here somewhere. Cheese in here. Matets is in here. I don't know who all we have at the moment. Jasper, if you're listening, get Google Chat, please. Freaking hate WhatsApp. Gee, you need to see how much the cooker, the grinder, the coffee maker. Well, I need to see which Ninja coffee makers they have available. And then the prices on the Death Wish, if they even ship it over there, are. If they don't ship it over, then we got to figure out some other coffee. But the nice thing about the Ninja coffee maker I have right now is that you can swap out the module and either use grounds or take that out and put in another adapter and use K-cups. But then on the side it has a little doohickey that you can turn and it'll put out boiling water for tea or like oatmeal or some other instant type of deal. So you've got 3 weeks to, we got to get that stuff ordered so that it's there. It's weird when the sky is the proper blue color and not the haze color from the chemtrails. We got 5 people, nobody's talking. Two viewers. Is anybody even in here? Yeah, almost everybody does the 3-in-1s or they go to Starbucks. I guarantee you, if Jasper would just listen to me, he would not drink 3-in-1s and he would not go to Starbucks. But I'm just some random on the internet. When I do something, I find like the best coffee maker, the best grinder. No, I don't necessarily mean the most expensive because it doesn't have to be the most expensive to be essentially the best. And the best coffee or noodles or whatever the thing is. And then I figure out how to get it at a good price as well. There's no need to use an old stovetop espresso thing. There's no need to do it in a French press. The Ninja's nice because you can tell it regular, rich, specialty, which they have to call it specialty because it's not pressurized, but they mess with the temperature and things. So essentially it'll make espresso. You can tell it over ice and it'll come out extra concentrated to make up for ice melt. And you can brew it directly into a cup of ice and have iced coffee. Those Ninja coffee makers are amazing. And I've made Death Wish in like a Mr. Coffee, and it was just like, it was okay coffee. But if you put Death Wish in a Ninja coffee maker, it'll blow your mind. Yeah, well, there's a frother on the side of the Ninja, and it'll do hot or cold frothing. So I can have the same effect as your ritual and cut out a bunch of the mess and a bunch of the time. But yes, I do prefer to grind my beans, although if I get the flavored Death Wish, it basically only comes in pre-ground, and their flavored grind is fine. Their pre-ground regular coffee is way too coarse, and I do a medium to medium fine grind. Yeah, Jester, the Ninjas are really, really nice. And the other nice thing about the Ninjas, you can do basically an espresso shot. You can do a regular mug. You can do a travel mug. You can do a half carafe. You can do a whole carafe. So with this thing going on today, Microsoft recommends rebooting your computer 15 times as a result of the blue screen of death people are getting from today's CloudStrike issue. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so if I give you a recommendation on food or a sauce or coffee, hey Kuya Shiv, that's cool, Shiv. Be aware, in 10 minutes, Jasper has a video premiere, probably followed by a live. Fur burger. Oh my goodness. No. There are two options. Fur is not one of the two options. Shave or wax, period. Shave or wax, period. If I want to floss, I will go to the dentist. No fur. Landing strip is acceptable, but when I'm sounding the diving alarm, yes, no fur, no grass, no flossing. Shave it or wax it, and if you won't do it, I will do it for you. Because that is one of my favorite adult activities, and I ain't flossing. Because some of that floss comes loose and I get it in my throat. I have a bad gag reflex and I'm gonna end up yakking on you. Shave that stuff or wax it. Crazy Bentot. You're a crazy Bentot, my tets. And if you think I wouldn't shave you, you are wrong. I'll shave both yous. And if Jester shows up, I'll shave him too. It's never too early, and it's almost 4 p.m. Pacific, and I've been live for almost 3 hours. And I woke up at like 8:30. It was good. I woke up before my alarm, which is good, so that I could get up. My eyes were like, I was having trouble focusing. It took me 20 or 30 minutes to really get conscious. And then I showered, gathered up the dogs, and did what I had to do. Good man. Now, what you need to work on, Jester, is not baby powder. You need to use Gold Bond. There's 3 or 4 levels. The regular yellow one is like tier 1. And then it goes like extra, and then it goes mega. And I don't remember if it goes from yellow to blue or green. But whatever the colors are, start at the base and work your way up over like a month. And I'll tell you, you get out of the shower, you dry off, grab your skivvies, Gold Bond up. That minty freshness is amazing. But you definitely don't want to go straight to the extra or maximum strength. You got to work your way up. You use Pop Rocks in your activities. Wookie demands clean shave. Well, with the skills I have, I've had people like, I thought you were going to be all talk. And then later I was like, so, did I meet expectations? Did I meet what I said? And I was told that I far exceeded expectations, and guys talk a big game, and then it's like weak sauce. So my cunning linguist game is strong in the Force. I have a PhD. I could teach classes in that chish. That's not arrogance. That's knowledge and experience. When I say I have lots to teach Chi, I ain't kidding. Her mind will be blown. Well, I don't know what they mean by they called you a monster in bed. It's an invitation for spamming if I've ever heard it. I don't claim to be a monster, but I do have very good skills. And I'm also not a Minuteman, but on the occasion that I am Rapido, which is rare, the shenanigans are not at an end. That's why there's devices. I know, duh. I think I know what that means, but I'll look it up. Well, I know is what. I'm not sure what da is. I'm guessing you probably said what now? I wouldn't say it adds 2 inches, but it definitely does change the apparent size. I'm not shy. All right, the time is 4:57. Welcome back, Scott. We are going to banana only, not shaving. I don't really understand that. I don't know if you're saying the guy shouldn't shave or you don't shave. If you don't shave, I will take care of that for you. But right now, it is 2 minutes until Jasper's video premiere, so I'm going to roll over there. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there. It sounds like it's going to be another discussion about the visas. So good girl, Matats. Good girl. Jump over to Jasper's video. It should be good. Hi, Neko.